guys, it's Lily and welcome back to Service Cat and Rosie. I'm Lily, I'm a service dog handler, and the thing in the background making noise is my service dog Rosie. And today we're back with another video. And this has been long awaited. I have a package and it is gear and it's going with my new setup and I'm so excited. So I can't show you the whole setup. I can, however, show you this part of it. So this is the cape portion, and yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna take like a little tiny bit of this part to talk about my setup. So my setup is going to be a mobility harness. Everything's been ordered, but the harness is still being made. Are you done? Everything has been ordered. The harness is still being made. So basically, it is a counterbalance mobility harness. It's also a guide harness. And so basically, it's going to have two handles and then a guide handle. So it has a attachment for a guide handle, which I have a guide handle ordered with it. So I'll already have my guide handle, but I don't have to have it on there. And then I have my mobility harness coming. The counterbalance portion of it is I have two handles, and either one can attach. And I have a rigid counterbalance handle and a semi-rigid counterbalance handle. And so if you don't know what a rigid counterbalance handle, rigid is like a firm handle, kind of like it'll be the same as the guide handle, except it's just sticks straight up. And then the semi-rigid is just flexible. Those are the most commonly used for counterbalance, but they are not the only ones. And if you do your research and use it properly, then if you do your research, use it properly, a rigid counterbalance handle can be okay. Can be perfectly fine as long as you do your research and make sure you're using it properly, because if you're pulling in a certain direction, you can hurt their spine. So make sure that you are making sure to take the proper precautions. Also make sure that your dog is cleared by a vet, and that your vet cleared by a vet to have a clean bill of health and everything, and make sure that they are, depending on the type of mobility work, you can start training it under 2, and for heavy mobility you shouldn't train it until after 2, but you can train the rest of it by 2. So I did just want to come on here and say, if you are training mobility, any sort of mobility dog, number one, as I said, make sure you have your vet cleared. Your vet needs to be aware of everything that your dog is doing. So it needs to be aware if it's a psychiatric dog, medical alert dog, but especially mobility assistance. Your vet needs to be aware of that. Do not just go behind their back and do that. Your vet needs to make sure and check their joints, make sure that all of their, they are able to be stable enough to do mobility and it won't hurt them. And also make sure that you are using the proper equipment. So like I said, I do have a rigid counterbalance handle. I know a lot of people that have a rigid counterbalance handle. If you use it a certain way, it does not hurt the dog. You just have to be very careful. So I do have a semi-rigid that I do use, I will use a lot. Right now I use a pull strap, which is very flexible, obviously, because it's a pull strap. But please do not just go and be like, I can do mobility on my dog. Your dog, if your dog is under 60 pounds, 60 pounds is like the limit for mobility dogs, and that is light mobility only. Rosie is a smaller than average mobility dog. She does do mobility. She does not do heavier mobility. She does forward momentum, guide work. Yeah, she does forward momentum, guide work, and counterbalance, all considered light mobility. So even though I say that she's a mobility assistance dog, that's because she is, but it is for light mobility. I do not do heavy mobility on my dog. She is too small for that. And also, when I say 60 pounds is the limit, 60 pounds means that you are in the weight range for 60 pounds. So you need to check and make sure that you and your dog are in the right weight range for that. And so please go, I'm going to link a video in the description of this one and a couple of them of how like having a smaller than average mobility dog works. But please be aware, I am not endorsing or encouraging anyone to do mobility on any of their dogs. That is up to your vet and your trainer, but mostly your vet, okay? That is up to your vet. Your vet, if they say no, do not do mobility. If they say your dog shouldn't be working, you should wash them immediately. Doesn't matter if you think they're fine, they should not be doing it. So I'm not endorsing any abusive behavior or wrong behavior, and the companies that I am buying gear from do not endorse that either. So if you use it the wrong way, or if you're doing mobility on a dog that can't handle your weight or is too small for mobility, that is on you. Shame on you. You should not be doing that. I am not endorsing this at all. I don't know any handler that endorses that except for the handlers that don't even know what they're doing. So make sure that your vet is aware and your vet is okay and has cleared your dog to do any type of service work, but especially mobility work, because there are specific things that go into their OFAs and their joints and their hips and things like that. Your vet needs to be aware of that. So please, I'm not endorsing this at all. Please go to your vet, discuss it with them, go to an orthopedic vet, make sure your dog is taking the right supplements, is on the right diet. It is so important to keep your dog healthy. I'll do a video on this later, but I just want to come on here and make the disclaimer. I am not endorsing that you use a rigid counterbalance handle. In fact, for most people who need counterbalance, I would highly suggest you not use a rigid counterbalance handle, because there are only certain ways that you can use a rigid counterbalance handle that won't hurt them. Because if you use it the wrong way, you could very badly hurt their spine. So yes, I am getting a rigid and semi-rigid interchangeable harness, but I'm also going to be getting a completely rigid harness, and that is for grounding, number one, because using a rigid handle is much better for grounding purposes, but also for counterbalance, and I use it correctly. So please just keep that in mind. I'm not endorsing anyone using it. In fact, I wouldn't recommend anyone who doesn't know what they're doing, or even if you think you know what you're doing, don't go out and buy a rigid counterbalance handle or harness. You really need to learn how to use it, talk to professionals, talk to other handlers who use it properly. Anyway, but just saying, I'm not endorsing doing mobility on your dog. That is up to your vet. I shouldn't be doing heavy mobility work before too. Rosie does counterbalance, but it's not really, it's considered light mobility. She is a smaller than average mobility dog, but she's still a mobility dog. So basically, I'm having my counterbalance handle soon. I'm going to be using that the most. Also, I look so good. Okay, so anyway, this is the cape to that setup. So my harness setup is coming from Braver Hund Gear, which you guys know because almost all of my gear. I have currently 6 vests and harnesses together, and 3 of those are from Braver Hund Gear. So if you can't tell, I love Braver Hund Gear. I know Volda, who is the shop owner, and I talk to them all the time. They probably get so tired of like me messaging them on Facebook and be like, hey, so what should I do for this? But I ask so many questions, and I'm probably the most annoying customer they have, but it's fine. Yeah, so they probably hate me for that, but you know, I give them a lot of business, so but yeah, so it's that setup is from Braver Hund Gear, and then the cape to go with the specific setup I'm doing, the cape for this is from Patience and Love, and that's where I got today. So I'm going to be opening this. Okay, so I have my order history, and then I have the whole back. So it just says like, thank you for your order. I hope your gear gets a lot of use, and hope you love your gear and all that stuff. But yeah, that's her card. And then the back just says like how to make vests adjustable. And then she has her little card, so there's that and the back of that. You can pause that if you want to read it. So here is my cape. I really hope it fits, and if it doesn't, I will probably cry, but it looks like it's going to. Oh my word. Okay, I love this so much. So I had this specifically made with teal on it for POTS awareness, if you don't know. I do want to get a dysautonomia one with teal and zebra print, because I have two types of dysautonomia. I have POTS, or postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and I have EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And I want to get a zebra cape to represent the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. But yeah, so yeah, so this is the bottom. The bottom is gray, and I have, so I think, but then these are the straps for it to attach as a cape. Yeah, so, but yeah, they come up and they loop for the cape. Or actually, no, they don't. They sit under here, and you have it an extra loop out. Yeah, so then, and then this is all of the front. It is so cute. Oh my word, I love it. The colors look so good. And I know it has a lot of writing, so don't worry, I'm gonna go over each panel. You better believe I will be going over each panel to show you. But so let's go over first. It has the capes have zipper pockets. So the vest, which I didn't realize when I got the vest, not a huge deal, but the vests do not have zipper pockets, so just be aware of that when you're getting it. They don't have any type of zipper pockets, but yeah, it's super roomy. Like you couldn't put anything like huge, but like if you needed to slip a cell phone in there or whatever. And then I got this, so typically she would have a size 18 or 19 vest. Her Patience of Love vest, her red one, is 18 inches. And so typically that would be what it is. But because I knew that was going to be kind of long because her torso is smaller, she's a really defined tuck. Just a heads up, don't be stupid like me and get something when you think it's gonna be too big. It's probably not. I should have gotten a size 18 just like my vest, but I didn't. It's not a huge deal because I only got a size like an inch or two shorter. It fits fine. It would fit better if it was bigger. I thought that it was going to be like the capes I have now, which sit further down on the back. I thought it was going to sit there, but it sits way further up. So that is why, if you're wondering, that is why she wants your girth size, and then she suggests a number for you. So yeah, just be aware of that. If you want to go shorter, you can. That is on you. But for me personally, I should have listened to her. Every time I should listen to the shop owners, but I never do, and this is what happens. But it's not a huge deal. It fits fine. I love it. If I get another one, it's gonna be a bigger size, but I do like it. It fits fine. So let's go over each part of it. Both sides are the same, and then we have the middle. And sorry, this is taking a really long time. I'm trying to make this fast. So this is the middle. So, for those of you who aren't able to read the screen very good, because I know I have some visually impaired followers, I'm going to go over what it says, just to make sure that everybody can read it. So, it says medical alert, psychiatric, and mobility assistance, and then it has the heartbeat and heartbeat symbols, and then it says service dog, do not distract on the top, so that's what the top says, and then both sides are the same, but and then the side says service dog, do not distract, access required by law, and then the heartbeat symbol, and then no talk, no touch, no eye contact, no pictures. And then again, it's the same on this side. So yeah, I am going to, poor Rosie's gonna hate me. She's gonna be like, dude, I'm so tired of doing this, but I want to fit it to Rosie because I want to see how it looks. So I'm gonna be the pain in the butt mom that I am, and we're gonna do that. So yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna put it on her so I can show you. All right, so I just threw on her Brevard Gear harness because the D-rings will be the same length apart. But it looks so good, guys. She's like, dude, I just spent an entire day at school. I don't want to do this. But yeah, it looks super, super cute. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. Alrighty, so I love it. I cannot thank Samantha enough. It is so cute. I love it, love it, love it. It's my favorite thing ever now. So I'm super excited to see that. I can't wait to see what it looks like with my mobility harness, which I'm getting in brown. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, go make sure to check out my school video. It was Rosie's first day of school today, so yeah. But yeah, that was super fun. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell, comment down below, and yeah, go watch the rest of my videos, I guess, if you're bored. But yeah, so anyway, I hope that you really enjoyed this video, and yeah, so I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.